Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing us how to make this bubu gown. So if this is something you're interested in, please keep watching and do not forget to like, subscribe and share. So these are the materials that we will be working with, and the first thing we are going to do is fold our fabric into two, and then the next thing we're going to do, so I'm working with about 3 yards of fabric here. So the first thing I did was to take my start points, like I'm trying to rule out the point where I'll be marking my shoulder and sleeve length. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take the neck width measurement. I used about 3.5 inches for the width because I don't want it to be like really wide. Then I went down to take the depth measurement. So the neck depth measurement I used is about 7 inches because I want to do a V neckline and I didn't want it to be too deep, neither did I want it to be like choking the person. Next thing I went on to do is to take the sleeve measurement. So because I would be sewing the sleeve together with the shoulder, I will take the measurement from the neck width, which is about 12 inches. So I went on to mark 12 inches, and then I would just go ahead and add 1 inch for sewing because I wanted to do like a wide fold. So I went ahead to just take 1 inches for the sewing allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to connect the neckline. I would be using my ruler to just make a V, like a triangle shape neckline. I will just connect it from there, straight slant it a bit towards the neck depth, and yes, this is the front neckline, right? So next thing I would do is to take my chest line measurements, and which is about 10 inches from the shoulder. So I went on to mark 10 inches, and I would just connect it so that I can easily remember where I want to place my measurement. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a straight line. Mind you, I also want the sleeve length to be about 10 inches, so that even makes it perfect, as I will just use that line. And the next thing I would be doing now is to take 17 inches from the shoulder line. So I'll take 17 inches down there, and mind you, I would be doing a pocket for this dress, and the kind of pocket we are making for this dress is the one that is cut together with the fabric. So when I mark 17 inches from here, I will draw a straight line also, so that this serves as a guide where I can easily input my measurements. After doing the 17 inches, I'm going to also go down by about 7 inches. After the 17 inches, I will just mark 7 inches. That is the position where I want the pocket to be. So when I go ahead to do that, the next thing I'm going to do is to impute my measurements. So what I did is, because this is a bubu dress and it's supposed to be free, I added 5 inches to my measurements. So remember, you split your measurement into 4, but I had already added about 5 inches to it. So I would just go ahead and impute that measurement, and then the next thing I will do is to make a curve for the armhole. Remember, since the sleeve is going to be together with the dress, I will just go ahead to make a curve from there, and then take that same measurement I have all the way downward. Like the same measurement I have for the chest part is the same measurement I would be using for the other parts of the dress, since it's going to be like a free dress. So I had already gone ahead to like make the curve for the armhole, and on this part is where I want my pockets to sit. So I'm just trying to confirm the measurement, and the next thing I will do is the same measurement I have from the upper part, I'll take as a measurement all the way down to the end of the dress. So you remember I mentioned that the dress was going to have like a pocket, and this is going to be cut together. So next I'm going to go ahead and remember I said 17 inches. So from that 17 inches now, I'm going to add 7 inches also downward, and then that 7 inches I'm going to make a curve from the 17 inches to the 7 inches. So you can see that I'm making this outside the original line for the dress that I want to use. That's why it is important for you to mark out the points that you're working with. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a curve, like to make a pocket, and this is what it looks like after I had gone ahead to make a curve. So that is going to be our pocket, and we're going to just go ahead and cut it out for us to see. So now, because I placed the front piece and the back piece together, the back piece is going to, the neckline for the back piece is going to be about 10 inches. Neckline for the back piece will be 10 inches. Remember that the back of this dress is deep, so I went ahead to use 10 inches for the back. So because this fabric is folded into two, I'm trying to now mark out that point so that I don't end up cutting the front and the back with the same neck depth. So I'll go ahead to connect the neck width to the neck depth. So this is going to be the front part of the fabric, and for the back piece I would just go ahead and make a mark on the same point so that when I cut out the front piece, it's not going to like be an issue for me later. Then I went on to do the shoulder slants. I came down by about half an inch, 1 inch is fine. So I just made that slant downward towards that part so that the dress can sit comfortably on the shoulder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the neck. So you can see that I had cut this together. Remember the fabric is folded into four. So I'm going to now pick the back piece separately from the front piece. You can see now that there is a difference exactly. You can see there's a difference between the two fabric, and now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the body of the dress for us to see. So I'm just gonna go ahead to label it the B for the back and F for the front of the dress, so I don't mix it up when I am sewing. So yeah, this is what the front piece looks like, and that's what the back piece looks like. I'll just open it up for us to see. Aha. So now that the back piece is opened up, I'm just going to go ahead and place the front piece on top of it, and what I would do next is to sew from each end to the other end. I'm just going to use my fingers to illustrate and show us. So from this end down this way, like this, down that way, and that is exactly what I'm just going to do on both sides of the dress. So what I'm going to do next is to cut the interface for the dress. Because I will not be using a bias to turn it, I'm using the same fabric. I would place it on another piece of fabric like this and then trace it out. So this is going to serve as the interface which I would be using to turn the neckline. So I would do this for both the front and the back piece. After turning it, this is the final look of the dress. You can see how beautiful this dress turned out. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next tutorial. Bye.